Chapman billies leave the street, and drouthy neighbours meet. As we sit boozing at the happy and getting fou, and unco happy, we think now of the lang Scots smiles, the waters, mosses, slaps, and stiles that lie between us and our hame. War sits her sullen, sulky dame, gathering her brews like gathering storm, nursing her wrath to keep it warm. This truth found honest Tam O'Shanter, as he a nicht fi ear did canter. Ah, all there, one there are tunes that passes for honest lads and bonny lassies. Ah, Tam, I'd then been wise as to ta'en thine ain wife's Kate's advice. She told thee weel there was a skellum, a drunken blustering drunken blellum that fae November till October, ae market day there wasna sober. The ilka melder with a miller, the drank as long as they'd siller. That every egg was ca'd a shoe on, the smith and thee got roaring fou on. That at the Lord's house, even on Sunday, thou drank with Captain Jean till Monday. She prophesied that late or soon thou wouldst be found deep drowned in Doon, or cast wi' Morlocks in the mirk by Alloway's old haunted kirk. Ah, gentle dames, it gars me greet to think how many counsels sweet, how many lengthened sage advices the husband for the wife despises. But to your tale, May market nicht, Tam had got planted uncorrect, fast by an ingle blazing finely, where Raymond swats that drank divinely, and at his elbow, Suitor Johnny, his ancient, trusty, drouthy crony. Tam loved him like a vera brother. They'd been fou for weeks together. The night drave on wi' sangs and clatter, and aye, the ale was growing better. The landlady and Tom grew gracious, wi' favour secret, sweet and precious. The suitor told his queerest stories, the landlord's laugh was ready chorus. The storm without might blare and bustle, Tom didna mind the storm a whistle. Care, mad to see a man sae happy, even drooned himself amongst the nappy. As bees wing hame wi' age of treasure, the moments wing their way wi' pleasure. Kings may be blessed, but Tam was glorious, or all the ills of men victorious. But pleasures are like poppies spread. You seize the flower, its bloom is shed. Or like the snowfall in the river, a moment white, then gone forever. Or like the borealis race that flit ere you can point their place. Or like the rainbow's lovely form, vanishing amid the storm. Nae man can tether time nor tide. The hour approaches, Tam mun ride. That hour, on nicht's black arch the key stain, that dreary hour he mounts his beast in. And sic a nicht as he taks the road in, as near poor sinner was abroad in. The wind blew as 'twad blown at last. The rattling showers rose on the blast. The speedy gleams the darkness swallowed. Loud, deep, and lang the thunder bellowed. That night a child might understand. The deil had business in his hand. Weel mounted on his grey mare Meg, a better never lifted leg. Tam skelpit on through dub and mire, despising wind and rain and fire. Whiles holding fast his good blue bonnet, whiles crooning o'er some old Scots sonnet, whiles glancing round wi' prudent cares lest bogles catch him unawares. Kirkalloway was drawing nigh, where ghasts and hoolits nechtly cry. By this time he was across the ford, where in the snow the chapmans moored, and past the bricks and meikle stane, where drunken Charlie Brack's neck bane, and through the whins and by the cairn, where hunters fanned the murdered bairn. Before him, Doon pours o'er his floods. The Dublin storm roars through the woods. The lichnings flash frae pole to pole. Near and more near the thunders roll. When, glimmering through the groaning trees, Kirkalloway seemed in a bleeze. Through ilka bore the beams were glancing, and loud resounded mirth and dancing. Inspiring bold John Barleycorn, what dangers can thy mak us scorn? Wi' Tippany we'll fear nae evil, wi' Usquebaugh we'll face the devil. The swats say reamed in Sammy's noddle, fair play he cared deals a boddle, but Maggie stood, recht sair astonished, till, by the heel and hand admonished, she ventured forward on the licht. And wow! She saw an unco sicht. Witches and warlocks in a dance, nae coat o' yon brent new fi France, but hornpipes, jigs, straths, spaes, and reels put life and metal in their heels. At Winnock Bunker, in the east, there sat Old Nick in shape o' beast, a towsy tyke, black, grim, and large. To gie the music was his charge. He screwed the pipes and gat them skittle, to roof and rafters awed a diddle. Coffins stood round, like open presses that showed the deed in their last tresses. And by some devilish cantrip slicht, each in his cauld hand held a licht, by which heroic Tam was able to note upon the Harley table a murderer's banes in gibbet airns. Twa span lang wee unchristened bairns. A thief, you cut it for a rape, wi' his last gasp his garb did gie. 5 tomahawks wi' blood red rusted, 5 scimitars wi' murder crusted, a garter which a babe had strangled, a knife a father's throat had mangled, whom his ain son o' life bereft. His grey hairs yet stuck to the heft, which mair o' horrible and awful, which even to name would be unlawful. 3 lawyers' tongues turned inside out, wi' lies seemed like a beggar's clout. 3 priests' hearts, rotten, black as muck, lay slinking, vile in every nook. As Tammy glowered, amazed and curious, the mirth and fun grew fast and furious. The piper loud and louder blew, the dancers quick and quicker flew. They reeled, they set, they crossed, they creaked, till ilka carlin swat and reekit and cussed her duddies to the wark, and linkit at it in her sark. Oh Tam, had they been queens, all plump and strapping in their teens, their sarks, instead of creasy flannin, been snow white 1700 linen, their breeks o' mine, my only pair, but ains were blush, good blue hair. I would have gained them off my hardies for a glimpse of the bonny birdies. But withered beldams, old and droll, rigwoody hags would spin a fall, louping and flinging on a crummock. I wondered in it to my stomach, but Tam kent what was wit fu brawly. There was a winsome wench and whaley that nicht enlisted in the corps. long after Kent on Carrick shore. For many a beast to deed she shot, and perished many a bonny boat, and shook baith mickle corn and beer, and kept the countryside in fear. Her cutty sark, o Paisley Harn, that, well, a lassie she had worn, in longitude, though sorely scanty, it was her best, and she was vaunty. Ah, little ken thy reverend granny, that sark she cuffed for her wee nanny wi' twa pund Scots, 'twas all her riches, whatever graced the dance o' witches. But here my muse her wing maun cower, sex are far beyond her power, to sing how Nanny lap and flang, a supple jade she was and strang, and how Tam stood like ane bewitched, and thought his very een enriched. Even Satan glowered and fidged fu fain, and hotched and blew wi' micht and main, till first a caper, then another, Tam tent his reason all together and roars out, "Well done, Kitty Sark!" And in an instant all was dark, and scarcely had he Maggie rallied, when out the hellish legion sallied. As bees bizz out wi' angry fyke when plundering herds assail their dyke, as open pussy's mortal foes, as pop she starts before their nose, as eager runs the market crowd when "Stop the thief!" resounds aloud, so Maggie runs. The witches follow wi' many an aldrich scream and hollow. Oh Tam, thou'll get the farin, in hell thou roast laid like a herring. In vain thy Kate awaits thy coming. Kate soon will be a woeful woman. Now do thy speedy utmost, Meg, and win the key stane of the brig. There at them thou thy tail may toss, a running stream they cannot cross. But ere the key stane she could make, the feint a tail she had to shake. For Nanny, far before the rest, hard upon noble Maggie pressed, and flew at Tam wi' furious ettle. But little wist she Maggie's mettle. He spring brocht off her master hale, but left behind her ain grey tail. The carlin caught her by the rump, and left poor Maggie scarce a stump. Now, wha this tale of truth shall read, each man and mother's son tak heed. Whene'er to drink thou art inclined, or cutty sarks run in your mind, think ye may buy the joys our dear. Remember Tam O'Shanter's mare.